Hello, goblins and ghouls. Welcome or welcome back to this little channel of mine. Pleased to make your acquaintance. If you're new here, I am the Antichrist, favorite daughter of Satan. This is my little hobby channel. You might know my main channel, Haunted Hippie. That's where I talk about horror movies. But if you're here because you were thinking to yourself, I want to see more physical media content, I need more travel content in my life, then say less. Today I'm going to be taking you to Nottingham in the UK and showing you where all of the best physical media stores are there, including the coolest throwback VHS shop I've ever been to. Nottingham isn't your typical tourist destination, but there is a lot of really cool stuff to do there. It's also a great place for physical media and book lovers. In just a minute, I'll let the footage play of our little shopping day. Afterwards, I will give you all the details of which stores we went to, and then I'll show you our haul. So let's get into that. I'll see you in a minute. Hello, it's me. I'm back, and I couldn't even show you all the footage of every single store we went to, so let's get into that. First of all, I love how easy public transport is in the UK and Europe. I loathe the fossil fuel industry and what they've done to my country. Give me a goddamn high-speed rail network. Anyway, this isn't about that. So if you want to get some really good bargain physical media, then you need to go to CEX. This is a chain that I think is actually all over the UK. If you go to the one in the Victoria Centre, there's also a little store right next to it, and I think that it's called Damaged Society. And it's really cool how, especially if you're a horror fan, it feels like those two stores are married to each other or something. It's so fun to make a day out of it because you go in and you find a bunch of horror titles that you've never heard of before. Then you go into the next store over and come to find out that the Hex Girls are making a comeback. There's a ton of really cute little purses there, perfect for any of you goth girlies. I didn't get anything there, even though I thought a lot of it was cute because the quality of the clothing was really bad. So if you're someone that's also into like vintage clothing and higher quality stuff in general, then that also might not be the place for you. If ever the next time I'm visiting Nottingham, I go in and I find something of higher quality, then I probably will get it there. I actually did get a really fun sweater there back in like 2021. This is a super nice sweater. This is actually like really high quality and I love it and I'll probably keep it forever. So on occasion, that store also does have really good stuff like this. I forgot to mention there's an HMV in the Victoria Centre and it's awesome. There are so many sections dedicated to some of my favorite boutique labels like Arrow Video. They have a massive horror section. They have a ton of classics there. So you find movies on physical media from every decade in super high quality with great special features. I wish that we had HMVs in the United States. After that, we kind of meandered our way through the center and we came upon this charity shop, and they actually did have a good amount of physical media in there. There was that case that had maybe a few little kind of vintage items, little collector's items, and then there was also this rack, and there was way more than I expected, especially because physical media shops are so alive and well there. We also hit up a second CEX, one that was within a 10-minute walking distance of the other one in the mall. It's not like that in the States. Physical media has largely died off because streaming is so dominant here, unfortunately. We still do have like Barnes & Noble and the Criterion collection, and Barnes & Noble keeps up not only with old titles but new ones as well. And you can get a lot of new stuff on Amazon and stuff, but I prefer going into the brick and mortar. And I also love getting stuff that's secondhand because you just always find the weirdest stuff. But anyway, speaking of Barnes & Noble, they actually belong to, I think, the same parent company as Waterstones, which is basically the UK version of Barnes & Noble. That place was so cool. I wish that I could have fit more of the footage from there into that montage, but here it is now. They had these really cool giant coffee table movie books. Their horror section was okay. It was pretty small compared to how giant that store was. It was like 5 stories, but Leanne wanted to go specifically to pick up their very last copy, actually, of that new edition of Carrie, which was just gorgeous. Had to show that off. We actually got a lot of stuff that day for Leanne. I didn't get anything for myself because it's just such a hassle. I don't want to try to cram that into my luggage, and I also don't have a region-free player. I know that I could get one and then I could collect from all over the world, but to me it's just not really worth it to do that. I also don't really like the look of UK physical media because they have those little like age restriction stickers on the front, on the spine, on the back. Like, I don't like the look of that. So let's just go through the little haul really quickly. First up, Leanne found Hellraiser Bloodline, which I think is one of her favorites in the franchise, and this was £6, which I think was actually one of the most expensive ones that we picked up. Everything was really, really cheap. I don't think this one had any special features, but she was really pumped to find it. This copy of Friday the 13th Part 8 was in the small CEX that we went to, and I have never seen this poster of it before. This cover was completely foreign to me. I wasn't even sure what she was trying to show me at first when she held it up. It was a little bit broken, unfortunately, but she still decided to get it anyways, I think because it was the only one in her collection that she didn't have. So now I think she has every single Friday the 13th movie on DVD. She also found Tucker and Dale vs. Evil. These are still some of the more expensive ones that we found, but I think that this is one of everyone's favorite dark comedies, so of course, she couldn't say no. Up next we have Boogeyman, which is one that I know that I used to own, and I tried to watch it, and I think I lasted about 10 minutes. This one also has a sequel that I owned for all of 2 seconds before I got rid of that one too, but Leanne is pumped to try that one out. Next up we have The Black Phone. This one was a total bargain. She got it for £3. This one also comes with deleted scenes, behind the scenes, Ethan Hawke's evil turn, and feature commentary, so this was a really good find. She also got the director's cut of Blade Runner for only £1.50, so this one was also a steal. I'm sorry, I just have to say again, I really don't like how big all the age restriction things are on these DVDs. Lastly, we have Talk to Me. She found this one, again for £6. I'd consider that a bargain considering the movie came out just last year. This is one that I don't even own yet, but I've been wanting to find it on Blu-ray, so as soon as I do, I'm gonna snatch it up. Honestly, I've been waiting for A24 to release like a special edition of it. I want them to do some really cool physical media for it, but they haven't yet. Now it's time to head over to the 80s video shop. Now we actually did have to drive about an hour out of the city up to Alfreton, but totally worth it if you're able to, I don't know, take a bus out there or something, because the 80s video shop is so cool. I do have to give you fair warning that my footage is not very good from the store. I'll share some pictures and stuff once the little montage is over. I didn't realize how dark it was going to be in there, but my iPhone does not pick up the best footage in dark places, so just bear with me through that and then we'll talk about it afterwards. I hope that you enjoy. I'll see you in a minute. That was honestly one of the coolest places that I'd ever been to. We met the owner of the shop. I cannot remember his name. I feel so bad, but he was so cool. I left him my business card just so we could like follow each other on Instagram and stuff. They're just called 80s Video Shop on Instagram. Give them a follow, give them some support. They're not super big on the sales aspect. Honestly, like it seems like the owner is just in it for the love of the 80s, for the love of VHS, for the love of movie memorabilia. There was a theater in there and I'm sure that they play movies all day long. It is only open, I think, on weekends. Their hours are a little bit strange, so just make sure you double check that if you're gonna make the trip out there. But the owner was so cool to talk to because you just can tell if you're someone that has fallen so far down the horror rabbit hole or physical media and you meet someone else that has done the same, you just like, ugh. I wonder how many people he gets in that are my age that know as much about like 80s horror and stuff as me and my friends. But we talked to him for a long time and just had such a blast looking through the store. There's a free little arcade game in there that you can play. My favorite feature was probably the room that looked like it was perfectly preserved from like 1985. Or, well, there was a Dream Warriors poster in there, so I guess that would have been more like a late 80s bedroom. I feel so dumb. We didn't take any pictures in there. I should have held up the little joystick of the little video game thing in the TV. We should have done a little photo shoot, but we didn't even know that that room was there. We just went up there because we heard about it and I was like, yeah, I'll get you guys some VHS tapes when we go. We also found out that they have an escape room there, and at the time, I don't know if it changes, but right now it's an American Werewolf in London themed, and I'm so sad we didn't get to do that. I told my friends, I was like, you better wait until the next time that I come out to visit to do that, or I'll be so sad, because I love escape rooms, not just an American Werewolf in London. I highly recommend that shop. It's so worth it. Let me just show you, we did pick up a couple of VHS tapes. This was an early birthday gift for my friend Seb, so we have Interview with the Vampire. That was the first one that I picked up for him. That's a classic, very 90s obviously, as is The Addams Family. This is one that Seb grew up with, so I was like, dude, like, I will get this one for you. He also found Jurassic Park The Lost World, which is so dope. I think they already have the original one on VHS, so that was a good find. And finally, Leanne picked up Hocus Pocus for herself. Oh, there goes Seb. And that's one of the dogs he was boarding, by the way. But yeah, just really good finds. There was a huge pile on the ground for you to just sift through. It honestly felt like searching for buried treasure. And each VHS, I'm pretty sure, was only £2 each. I'm telling you, the owner of that shop is really just in it for the love of the game and loves to talk about physical media with you, loves to talk about pop culture with you. He's also met some really interesting people, some really interesting artists that have worked in the horror genre. It's probably my favorite physical media shop that I've ever been to. So if you're not just doing the typical UK trip out to London, you know, going up to Edinburgh, if you're stopping in Nottingham or Alfreton, get out there, get to that shop. We also went to another shop when we were there. I can't remember the name, but they did have a good amount of vintage clothing there, and I got something really cute. I got this kind of oversized vintage corduroy shirt, and it does have some natural distressing here. Seb was like, oh no, there's holes in it. And I was like, no, you don't understand. They also had a bunch of vinyls there that Seb and Leanne were looking through, but they didn't end up getting anything. Alfreton had some shockingly cool shops, especially because being out there and being dressed in the way that me and my friends do, we did get some odd looks from the more rural people there when we went out to breakfast, but worth it. It was worth it. If you enjoy travel content, I do have a whole playlist on this channel that's not only dedicated to looking at physical media shops and stuff, but I recently traveled all up and down Italy and also the UK, so you can check that out. Or if you're just a big physical media nut, then I have a huge physical media playlist on this channel. If you're a fellow horror fan, then I have my main channel where I talk about horror movies. And if that's still not enough content for you, then I also post a bonus video every single week to my Patreon. We love the patrons. They keep this channel afloat. A lot of them also fund my personal short horror films, and so you get a lot of the behind the scenes insights over on Patreon as well to that. Everything else you need, all my social media, whatever you want, is linked down below, but more than anything, I just hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope I catch you in the next one. Bye!